kids, welcome to Journal Awareness class.
Today we are going to do our story from our book Exceed Foundation Tales and Tunes 3.
Now let me introduce the character of the story. Meet Rohan. He is a boy. The name of our story is Helpers, related to our topic Jobs People Do. Let's start. Rohan is bored. He does not know what to do all day. He gets an idea. Who are the people who come to our house every day? Let me see them. Once there was a boy whose name was Rohan. He was getting bored all the day. So he got an idea to look at the people who came to his house every day. Rohan got up early the next morning. The first person to come up to the gate was the newspaper boy. He was ringing the bell loudly. He tossed the newspaper over the gate. It fell on the top of the steps with a rustling sound. Next day, he got up early in the morning. The first person who came up to the gate was newspaper boy. He tossed the newspaper over the gate with a rustling sound. Next came the milkman. He also came along on a bicycle. He dropped the packet of milk on the doorstep. It fell with a big plop on the top of the steps. Next the milkman came on a bicycle. He dropped the packet of milk on the top of the step with a big plop sound. Geeta the maid walked in next. She swept the floor and washed the dishes. Clitter, clatter went the dishes. She worked a lot. Next, Geeta the maid came to the house. She swept the floor and washed the dishes with the sound of clitter, clatter. Who is that? Rohan wondered. Ah, the washerwoman. She came with a neat pile of clothes and took the week's washing. Next came washerwoman. She took the week's washing and came with a neat pile of clothes. Then he saw the gardener. She came every day to look after the pretty garden around the house. The garden had colorful flowers and a small vegetable garden at the back. Then he saw the gardener. She came every day to look after the garden. The garden had colorful flowers and vegetables. Then Rohan heard the loud ringing of a bell. Rohan saw the postman coming down the lane with a few letters in his hand. He picked 2 letters and dropped them into the letter box at the front door. Then he saw the postman with letters in his hand. He wears brown dress. The next person to come up the garden path was a driver. She wore a navy blue uniform. She drove the khadi gram van. The van had all the spices that Ma uses in the kitchen. Ma says that these spices are better than what we get from the local shop. Next came a driver. She wears a navy blue uniform and she drives the khadi gram van. The van had all the spices that mother uses in the kitchen. Next was the man who bought junk. He had a huge sack on his bicycle. He went from door to door buying old newspapers, bottles and tins. Soon Rohan heard his mother calling him in for lunch. He had a lot to tell his mother that day. Next came a junk man who bought junk from door to door, buying old newspapers, bottles, and tins. So at the end of the day, Rohan ate lunch with his mother. So kids, I hope my story is clear to you. Bye bye kids.